Hi, my name is Chris Stoddard. I finally figured out how to add my picture, so now you have a face that belongs to this voice. All of the Master Gardener library series has been canceled for the rest of the spring, so we plan to continue to revisit plants from our 2017 and 2018 presentation on plants that survive and thrive on the Outer Banks. Maybe this will encourage you to go out, get some fresh air, look at your landscape. You may even consider adding a few of the plants that the master gardeners have grown and have done well here on the Outer Banks. We're going to talk about Lantana. Do you have a spot in your landscape that is sunny, hot, and dry? Lantana is the perfect flowering plant for that location. Lantana will survive and thrive during the hot summer days here on the Outer Banks. They're originally from Central and South America. Now, even though they are not native to this area, they kind of act like it. They are resilient plants that thrive in the hot weather, bloom profusely all summer until frost, are easy to grow and care for, and butterflies and hummingbirds love them. There are many cultivars of lantana, and they come in a multitude of colors, including yellow, purple, white, pink, and red. Many cultivars, such as Miss Huff, even display multiple colors in each flower head, with the color changing as the bloom ages. Lantana camara is the most widely grown species with numerous cultivars. In some climate zones, they are considered annuals, but here on the Outer Banks, they can be perennial plants because they do so well in our 8B climate zone. Lantana camara hybrids can grow 5 to 6 feet tall, forming large bushy mounds, while others only reach 2 to 3 feet tall, but spread to 4 feet wide. Lantana montefidensis, also known as trailing lantana, is a great grounds cover. You can plant it to cascade over walls or even grow in hanging baskets. Lantana loves the sun. They are tolerant of all soil types, providing they are well drained and slightly acidic. They are also salt tolerant, so they are an excellent choice for planting near the beach. Besides its long blooming season, butterflies and hummingbirds really are attracted to lantana, while deer usually leave them alone. When planting new lantana plants, they will need to be kept moist for the first few weeks. This helps them get established to their new environment. They prefer warm soil and should be planted in the spring after all danger of frost is past. Once established, lantana are drought tolerant, but they don't like to be too dry for too long. They should be watered thoroughly once a week if there is no rain for at least 2 weeks. Watering at the base is best, since overhead watering can make plants more susceptible to diseases and root rot. The perennial lantana will typically show no growth into the spring until soil and air temperatures are quite warm. When they do begin growing, they generally grow quite rapidly. Some cultivars are extremely vigorous growers, but if they become too large, it's really not a problem. Because lantana are valued for their long blooming season, you can encourage repeat blooming during the summer. You should prune them occasionally by lightly trimming the ends. Plants that become too large for their allotted space may be cut back up to 1/3 of their height and width. Hard pruning should not be done in the fall, as this can cause reduced cold hardiness and possible root rot. In the spring, perennial lantanas should be cut back to 6 to 12 inches from the ground to remove old growth. Now, lantana requires only a little fertilizer. Excessive use of fertilizer may reduce flowering and make plants more susceptible to disease. A light fertilization in the spring will usually be sufficient. Vigorously growing plants or plants in containers may be fertilized again in midsummer, providing the plant is not water stressed. Lantanas are generally pretty low maintenance plants with very few problems. Powdery mildew may occur if there is too much shade and not enough sun. Another is sooty mold, which is caused by an infestation by white flies. Other bugs such as lace bugs, caterpillars, and mites may cause some unsightly leaves. These can be treated easily. Root rot can be a problem if they are planted in poorly draining soil or if they are watered too much. Some cultivars produce berries that are poisonous. This problem can be avoided by choosing sterile cultivars such as mishuff and lemon swirl. Poor blooming is usually caused by too much shade, excessive fertilization, or production of berries. If berries set, plants can be trimmed back to encourage new growth and flowering. Most of these problems can easily be avoided, but if one does occur, it is also easy to diagnose and correct. With all the choices on the market and new varieties of lantana being developed every year, it should be very easy to find the right lantana plant for a spot in your landscape. I guarantee you'll be very happy with this plant. Thank you for listening.